Boo. Hey family, welcome and welcome back to my channel. My name is Ami. I'm your Mystic Rugrat. And this is the Amiverse. Y'all, let's get into it. She's glowing. Yes. Yes.
It's not that I don't want you here.
The Amiverse. Family, as y'all can see, I am in a very much silly mood today. I'm feeling very goofy, a little mischievous, and mixed in with a little bit of feeling some type of way. So today, I wanted to come to y'all with just a completely different video than I normally do. We are popping off new vibes on this new channel, so I will be sure to post this on Ami 2.0. If you are watching this on Amiverse 2.0, welcome, welcome, welcome. All right? If you all are watching this on the original Amiverse, you already know. I love y'all. Let's get into these men. We got to talk about the men. We have to talk about the men because what in the entirety of the fuck? This past year has been hell. I've been actively trying to, get myself out there, start dating, start meeting people, And I'm just like, what's going on? I don't like it. I don't like it at all. What's going on? So, in this video, we are going to talk about red flags, okay? Things to avoid when dealing with these men. When a man is showing you everything that he needs to, for you to know that he's not fucking with you or he's not the one for you. So let's go ahead and get into it. Okay. One of the first ways you know that a man is not for you, he's playing games, is if he is not consistent, okay? A man is going to be consistent. If he likes you, he is going to pursue you. Men love to chase. They love to hunt their prey. Men are natural predators. And I don't mean that in a negative context. We're talking about this maturely, right? All right. Women, we are the nurturers. Men are the hunters. All right. The predators. It just is what it is. Okay. So if he is interested in you, if he really likes you, you will know. There will be no question at all. He will talk to you every single day, multiple times a day. If he's a super busy man, he will still make himself available to you. I don't care if he's got a fisherman job, then he got to get off his fisherman job and then go to the NICU overnight as a baby doctor specialist of something or another. Guess what? He gonna be in that NICU texting you on the side like, baby, I miss you. How was your day? I know I've been busy, but whoop-de-wop wham. I know I've been busy, but this is what I got at the drive-thru today. He's going to try to implement you into his life. He's going to still show you, I know I'm busy, but I'm thinking about you. I'm missing you. How are you doing? You will be on his mind. He will find a way for you to hear his voice, for there to be a text message. There will be some type of communication. You will not be left hanging with a real man that has real genuine interest in you. Period. Another red flag is if a man is talking about his exes all the time. What is the point of talking about another female when you're here with me? Okay? For me, I think this is a way that men try to get to see what your reaction would be, to see if they could get away with the same things with you, or to kind of see without taking the time to see if you're anything like those exes. How is she going to respond when I say X, Y, and Z? How is she going to respond when I call a woman a bitch or say I hate women in front of you? If a man is saying that he hates his exes or he hates his baby moms or he hates women, but he likes you, that's an issue. And I would run far, far, far the fuck away. Trust me, I'm literally telling you from experience. Literally telling you from experience. That is narcissistic behavior. That is abusive behavior. And we don't want to go nowhere near that. Okay? Wow. Another red flag is you are not a priority. Now, like I mentioned before, consistency. He's going to be consistent if you are a priority. If he genuinely cares about the connection, if he genuinely wants to be your man, he wants to be your man, you will hear from him every single goddamn day, all goddamn day. This man will be obsessed with you. You will be a priority in his life. He will make sure, ooh, I gotta contact Bae. Ooh, I gotta see how she's doing today. Ooh, it's 5:30. I know she's about to be at the house. She usually get there about 5:40, 5:45. He's gonna start learning your schedule. He's going to take the time to get to know your likes and your dislikes. You know, what makes you tick, what your triggers are, what turns you on, you know, what pisses you off, what makes you horny, freaky, you know, what you like to indulge in. He will make it a priority to get to know your very essence. Okay? Period. Okay. Another red flag is excuses for no communication. Okay? So this now we're getting into like what it looks like to have a dishonest man. Okay? Excuses for no communication. Okay, so this would be something along the lines of, all right, so let's say y'all been talking for a couple weeks, right? And, you know, y'all both have semi-busy schedules. Y'all work during the day. So from, I don't know, let's say 8:30 p.m. to like 11, that was usually the time that you guys would talk on the phone, cupcake, you know, maybe text and cute pictures back and forth. You know, that was the time of day that you all had to essentially get to know each other. You know, that was time that you allotted for one another. You all are used to FaceTime and cupcaking on the phone throughout whim. And you notice that things start to change. Things are shifting. And, you know, maybe he won't hit you up tonight and he ghosts you. You're not tripping. He hits you up the next morning with a good morning. All right, cool. The next day, the same thing happens. You know what I'm saying? But then the next day, he hits you up and he's back like nothing ever happened. You know, that inconsistency. And then, boom, he's like, or you ask him like, well, it seems like, you know, we used to talk around this time, but now, you know, when you start pointing out stuff and then he wants to make an excuse like, oh, well, I'm so sorry. Yeah, I know we normally talk around this time, but my phone died and I was sleepy, so I just fell asleep. Okay, cool, no biggie the first time. Second time, yeah, sorry, I just been really bad lately with my phone. You know, my phone has really been acting funny. I'm so sorry. Or I thought I replied back to this message, but I guess I didn't. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do that. Or, you know, I just been really busy lately. You know, I picked up working out in the evening, so it's kind of hard for me to try to find the time to hit you up like I used to. Okay? Or, you know, sorry, babe, I'm just so busy. Just the what I'm trying to get at here, y'all, is the excuses for not communicating at all. Like, or a sudden switch up. You have to pay attention to those kinds of things. Or like, and I know I'm getting ahead of myself, but oh well. A man that only hits you up at a certain time. A woman's going to catch on to those kinds of things. And I feel like we get very delusional when we like someone. Women, collectively, we get very fucking delusional. And we can thank Disney for this shit, okay? Disney made us very fucking delusional, all right? We have this warped reality when it comes to men and how they're supposed to, like, just, so men, trust me, I get it. Us women is something else, okay? Back to what I was saying. We almost become dumb as the fuck because we become desperate and we don't look at what's being shown to us right in front of our face. You know, this man is showing us all the signs that he is not for us, all the signs that he is inconsistent, all the signs that this might not be a good man, all the signs that he is not emotionally equipped, emotionally intelligent enough to carry you, to care for you, to be kind to you, to understand you, to have the wherewithal to get to know and understand you, to have just the want to get to know and understand you. A man is going to show you exactly where you are in his eyes. You just have to pay attention. You have to take the rose-colored glasses off. You know, you have to ask yourself sometimes, ladies, okay, am I being crazy? Is this what he's showing me? Am I being crazy? Or is this really what he's showing me? Is he showing me consistency, love, care, you know, tenderness, understanding, compassion? Now, I'm kind of ping-ponging everywhere, right? But I want to touch back on the hitting you up on a late night, okay? A man that respects you and really wants to get to know you is not going to hit you up at 1 a.m., 1:30, 1:45, calling you, asking you what you're doing. Clearly, bitch, I'm fucking asleep. Why are you hitting me up at 1:30 in the fucking morning? And then another thing, ladies, we have to stop giving men access to us all the time, okay? A man is only going to do what you allow him to do. Literally. Men are super, what's the word I'm looking for? They're super, what's that word? Observant. I was going to say absorbent. I don't know what's wrong with me today, y'all. Men are, they're watching. Like I said, like the vultures, the predators, like they're looking for prey. They're watching, okay? So men know who you are before you fucking tell them. They know if you're an insecure girl. They know if you're a confident girl. They know how they have to come to you. They know if they can hit real quick on the first night. So, you know, just keep consistency within yourself too, because this is what I want to get at. Some men, especially if you've messed with them before, let me give you two different examples. Messing with a man, okay, so let's say you just met a man, right? And he's only hitting you up on a late night. No, you have to set boundaries and nip that in the bud and let him know, look, hey, I have respect for myself. I know other women might allow you to hit them up after 11, after midnight, but I don't really find that respectful. So, you know, if you want to continue to talk to me, we're going to have to cut that out. Set boundaries. Okay? Set boundaries. That's how men are going to respect you. Remember, ladies, if he does not want to do the work to get you, he does not truly want you. If he does not want to take the time to get to know you before getting in your pants, you can weed him out right here with this method. And then let's talk about the flip side. And this is what I've been through. You know, I had a fuck buddy, and, you know, known him for a long time. You know, we would get together, whoop-de-wop wham. Then time passed. I'm different now. I'm a different person. I'm a different woman now. I've evolved. I'm looking for something different. And the guy comes back. We're conversing, and it seems like we're aligned on a lot of the same things. However, bud, you're hitting me up at 1 a.m., you know? So I gave him access to me at those times before, but now it's different. You know, you have to be open and vocalize. Like, you have to let people know, like, what you can and cannot do. You know what I'm saying? And a man that's going to gaslight you, that's another red flag too. So one of the things that I kind of went through was, you know, oh, so you're too good for me now? You're not available to me now, but before I used to pull up and do X, Y, and Z. Wow. Bitch, don't try to fucking guilt trip me. I know what we did last summer. I know what we did last summer. And this summer, I'm a new me, regenerated me, self-aware me. I have self-respect, self-love, right? Integrity, all right? I'm looking for reciprocity. I'm looking for an equally yoked God to come in and take the reins, to come in and lead. All those characteristics that I just named off, is that someone that thinks it's okay to text you and blow your phone up at 1 a.m. seeing what you're doing? What do you think they want from you at 1:30 a.m.? Please answer that for me. It's not to get to know your mind. It's none of that. He just wants to fucking ski skirt, and go on about his business. He wants to see if he still has access to you. This is what men do. You know, they know the women that they're going to have to put the work in, take out on a date, have phone conversations, get to know them, put time in. Boys don't want to do that. Boys don't want to do manly duties, but they want to get manly benefits. Clock that T.
The Omniverse.
Another thing, let's see. He invites you out, but ghosts you. So conversation's going good. You're liking this guy. Things are flowing. He invites you on a date. He asks you out on a date. The time passes, comes and passes. You haven't heard nothing from him. And then these are the worst ones. They ghost you and then they pop back up the next day like nothing ever happened. Yeah, I've had that happen to me a couple times too. And it has me confused, like the fucking audacity. Baby, do you see me? Do you feel me? Me? Okay. So then I had to learn, it doesn't even matter. Ladies, you can look like the bottom of my crusty ass fucking foot right now. You could look like the corn from yesteryear. A nigga still gonna fuck. A nigga still gonna sell you a dream if he feel like he need to get in them panties. Okay? And quiet is kept. The ugly bitches, I'm sorry to say it like that, ladies, but the ugly bitches is the most solid ones, it be seeming like. Is the ones that's not gonna let you come and creep and crack them at 2 a.m. The ones that do have standards, do have rules and regulations and ways that you're gonna have to come respectfully to court her, respectfully to even get a chance in her courts. Okay? So I'm finding out looks, all that shit really don't matter either. A lot of these men, they will literally fuck anything. A lot of men are disgusting. A lot of men are disgusting, okay? And they're looking for the easiest thing. You don't want to be the easiest thing. You want to be the most difficult thing that this man ever seen in his motherfucking life, for him to know that you have worth, that you have value. That, sir, you're going to have to go through some hoops, okay? You're going to have to go through a round of blackout, wipeout, all of that to even get to the doorstep, let alone to get a piece of this cookie, to see how it crumbles. Having self-respect for ourselves, ladies, that goes a long way too. That will weed out a lot of these no good ass men, I swear. But yeah, if he can't respect you enough to follow through on a date, that's showing you what he's going to be like 6 months from now. If he can't even invite you on a date, if he doesn't even have the mindset that you're supposed to wine and dine a woman, treat her like a goddess, treat her like a queen, worship the ground she walks on. That way in return, she'll do the same to you. So we do that naturally. But you have to gain that. You have to gain access to my yacht, to my matriarch, to my waters, to my mama. We are all mama. But you have to, there's things that you have to go through to access that. And I feel like we don't make men jump through hoops enough, if I'm being honest. A lot of us women, A lot of us women have made it bad for the rest of us. You know, we've all been through that stage in our life where we're kind of easier. You know, you don't have to work as hard, or, you know, you're young, wild, and free. And us women want to have sex just as much as men do. But we don't want to feel like it's been taken from us, or like the choice has been taken. We don't want to feel obligated, you know? And I feel like maybe a lot of us grew up and was socialized to feel obligated, like to feel love, to have someone really care about me. I'm going to have to do this. If I want to keep a man, I'm going to have to put out. Like I said before, he says he's always busy. Nobody's ever that fucking busy. No one. No one. I'm sure the top motherfucking submarine in the world talks to his wife at least 3 times a day. A man that is for you, you will not be an option. You will be his priority. Period. He will make sure that you know you are his priority. There will be no question. Another red flag to show you if the man is for you or not is if he's scared of conversation. If he's scared to have deep conversation with you. Like, if deep convo makes him feel some type of way. If talking about anything outside of just the mundane sports, music, and what you're doing at that moment, if he just wants to what you doing you to death, baby, please run far away. Run far away. What you doing me to goddamn death. What else do you have to talk about of substance besides what I'm doing? Clearly, I'm not doing you. So, like, what else do you have to talk about? Do you have anything of substance to talk about besides what you doing? What you wearing? Where you at? Child, I had a man who was claiming that, you know, I'm going to court you, you know, I'm going to take you out. Like, I really want to do good by you this time. You know, I like you, blah, 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 blah. You're such a goddess. You're such a queen. Oh, my God. And then when he got in my court, he didn't know what to do. Child, inconsistent as the fuck. Inviting me to hotel rooms. I'm thinking because, okay. This is the old fuck buddy fling situation, right? Came back trying to act like, you know, we're grown now, so, you know, we're gonna do it big now, like I'm the man for you now. That type of situation, right? So I'm familiar with you. You know, we have our little fun from time to time. So, like, yeah, like, of course, like, I want your body. Like, yeah, let's go have some fun. That wasn't the problem. The problem was when he's like, yeah, well, there'll be other people there. Other people? Oh, no, baby, it's not that type of party. No, I don't, the audacity. Ew. Like, me? Okay. Okay. And it had me confused, thinking, like, did I give off a energy that I would be into something like that? And the truth of the matter is, no, I did not. No, I did not. It's just some men, they just want to fucking test you. They want to see what you will and will not do. And then that's another thing too about men knowing your skeletons. And I've known that man for so long. So you've seen my journey. You've seen me, you know, become a mother. You've seen my time when I was in the streets. You've seen me be a stripper, graduate from being a stripper. You've seen me now in my spiritual work, starting my small business, you know, being a great mother. You've seen my transformation. Why in the fuck would you think that I would be open to go into a fucking hotel room with you and God knows who else the fuck, who other females, men, and possibly want to do a fucking threesome with me? 5-some, 4-some. Bitch, what? And then another red flag, y'all, is if he is too much of a partier, If you're a partier, then maybe y'all meant for each other, okay? I don't want to do ecstasy and shrooms and cocaine with you all night, all week. I'm good. Like, I am a mother. I am a mother, okay? I don't have a desire to parlay with you every night and snort lines and get smoked out of my fucking mind. And just know, like, I'm not 20 anymore. I'm not 23 anymore, for that matter. I'm not 17 anymore. Like, that sounded so much fun as a youngin'. When I was couch surfing to go over different men's house and have fun and be adventurous and do ecstasy and fuck all night like rabbits and just no. Ride around with you while you busting serves and shit. Just no. I'm sick of no. Ew. We're over that shit. We're over that shit, ladies. We have to do better. And if you're asking yourself, why do I keep attracting the same man? Now it's time to go within. Now it's time to go within. Something has to change within you. The way you view yourself. What you will and will not settle for. Okay? Boundaries. Create boundaries for yourself and stand on them. That's how you attract the man that you're for. Let's talk about controlling. If the man is controlling, especially if y'all are not in a relationship, we're just talking about y'all are courting, trying to get into a relationship, and he's already showing like red flags of being controlling. So I was talking to this guy named Daniel, and this is the guy that I was just telling y'all about. He loves drugs, child, and he Mr. Futuristic, okay? Mr. Futuristic. That's what we're gonna call him. Mr. Futuristic is Daniel, right? And I've known him since I was in middle school or either a freshman. So, lots of past energy together, used to fuck around with each other, fell in love with each other, didn't work out, bad traumas, STDs, just a whole bunch of fuck ass shit, baby mamas, just a whole bunch of drama, okay, y'all? Now that I've caught y'all up, okay? The man is controlling. The man is a fucking knock. He's a knock. The man is a fucking narcissist, okay? I don't even know where to begin. These are all red flags to run away from. Talk about his baby mamas all the motherfucking time. What they did and did not do. How he can't be around his fucking kids. If the man can't be around his motherfucking kids, run far fuck away. Because why in the hell is his baby moms keeping him away from his children? His offspring. That means he's a fucking danger to society and he's gonna whoop your ass, okay? If a man tells you, I whoop women's ass. I whip my baby mama's ass, though. I ain't gonna whip your ass. I hate my baby mamas, but I don't hate women. So, your baby mama is a woman. Hate is a strong word. Let's dissect that. Why you're hating your offspring's creator. Why are you hating women? Oh, that's a red flag, baby. Again, the asking of the drugs. Red flag. You want to pump drugs in me? And you know I'm a mother? Red flag. I'm good. And then, y'all, I've never really talked too much about this either, but I used to do coke a couple times. Like, 4 or 5 times. 5, 6, 7, maybe 10 times, right? And I liked the way it made me feel, so I stayed away from it. You know what I'm saying? I used to have a very addictive personality. And weed has always been my drug of choice. So, long story short, the audacity to even think that I would want to touch cocaine is fucking beyond me. Like, it's beyond me. That's not even in my matrix at all. I've never talked to you about, what? This is clearly a man that is looking for a woman to slut the fuck out and drug the fuck out. And then he also told me about him drugging out his first baby mama at one point and glorified it because she's a white woman. So like he felt empowered as a black man to drug this white woman out because she's the colonizer's daughter. You see how fucked up it can get. You see how fucked up it can get. Okay. So just little shit like that. Just little shit like that. And another thing I want to touch on. Oh, I'm getting ahead of myself. But the acting spiritual. Watch out for those men that want to act like they're all super spiritual because you're super spiritual. Bitch, be yourself. You don't have to act like you're a warlock or some fucking shaman. Be yourself. That's a manipulator too. Like, where's your own energy? Where's your individuality? So, back to what I was saying. I realized that he was controlling. I'm going to leave a picture right here of what I posted on my Snapchat. Okay? This psychotic ass man goes, "So, you're posting nudes?" What? Dude, what are you talking about? Clearly, you're naked right there. I didn't know you posted nudes. I'm naked. What? Bitch, what? He's like, clearly, you're nude right there. So, you see the misconception. You see the, what did he say? You see the, because he sent me a random pic of his whole body and his dick. Did it look good? Yes. But I didn't ask you for that. You're not my man. You're supposed to be courting me, taking me seriously, trying to get to know me. And you're just sending me random dick pics. I found that very disrespectful. It was unsolicited. I did not ask. So he says, do you see the double standard here? You didn't like that I sent you a dick pic, but you're clearly posting nudes on Snapchat. I said, my shoulder is sexual. My shoulder with all my freckles, my shoulder. I said, oh, I'll be sure not to show my shoulder anymore. I didn't know that showing my shoulder, my collarbone, made you feel some type of way. You know, because a collarbone is just much too sexual. Boy, get your weird ass on the fuck somewhere. And he wanted to judge and see how I was going to react. If I was going, oh, man, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean, bitch, fuck you. Okay? I'm gonna show this collarbone even more. Okay? I just should have sent him pictures of collarbones all motherfucking day. The audacity. So how were you going to act when we were in a relationship if I can't show my collarbone on Snapchat on wash day? Another red flag is if you scare him. There are some men out here that are late bloomers, okay? And this is my most recent experience. Sweet guy. Very sweet guy. Good person, okay? I still want to call him a virgin because he's only had one girlfriend, one sexual partner. To me, that's still a virgin. When you're a man, you got to crack at least 3 for you to say that you're not a virgin anymore. I know that just sounds, it might sound silly, I don't fucking know, but to me, you're still an inexperienced little boy. I did not know this about him until a week into us texting. Okay, so the message reads as follows. So you've only had one girlfriend? Technically, yes. I have had only one girl and then a few long talking stages that went nowhere. And I had a few girls play in my face, so I just had to be patient. I say, yeah, dating for me has been non-existent. Men don't get very far with me. Intelligence and conversation tends to run them off. Yeah, I know some dudes are like that. Okay, so is it safe to say that you haven't had a lot of experience with women, like sexually and emotionally? He says, I would say not a lot sexually, but definitely a lot emotionally. Females who I have made it very clear I just want to be friends don't get it and made it in their head that I was leading them on. And then there goes that delusional part that I was talking about earlier, ladies. As y'all can see, I proceed to say, okay, makes sense. I think it's amazing that you're basically pure. However, I'd be lying if I didn't say I'm a little caught off guard. Not in a bad way. I'm a very deeply sexual person and I have a lot of experience. Then let me show y'all this. I asked him if he would be comfortable. He said, I definitely would be comfortable. A little shy at first because it would be my first, the first between us. But once it gets going, I will be okay. Definitely will not be afraid. And I like women with some experience since I'm a little green. Reading that made me cringe the fuck up. And then on top of that, read this, y'all. I said, I don't know what to say. Later on, he tells me to say what comes to my mind, but this is when I hit him with this. I also noticed you dodged my text about talking on the phone. Are you nervous? He says, yes, a little bit. My bad, but I didn't see that message. Bitch, yes, the fuck you did see that message. Stop playing with me, ho. Stop playing with me, ho. Stop playing with me, ho. Stop playing with me, nigga. I can't do nothing with you if you scary, poo. What am I gonna do with you if you scary, poo? God damn. And, I was just picking up on different little things. And, I've known him from the past, so we just never got a chance to take it anywhere. I was with my baby's father at the time, So it's been almost 10 years, right? Get back into connection, start communicating. Communication is great, flirty vibes, fiery, very sweet, respectable, all those things. Then when I get to asking you like, hey, can we talk on the phone? I'd love to hear your voice. You act like I didn't say that. You answering the other messages on top of that one, or, you ghost me for a few hours and then say, oh, sorry, fell asleep for a nap. It only takes one or two times. Like, by the second time, I was like, The first time you avoided the message. The second time you said, my bad, I fell asleep for a nap. Now I'm about to get ready for work. Okay. He avoided it that second time. Okay, cool. Maybe I could be tripping. I don't know. Then the third time, you just ghost completely. And, we were supposed to have a date on Sunday, which is today. And I have not heard from you since the last time I asked to talk to you on the phone. How are we going to get anywhere if you're scared to talk to me, sir? If you're scared to hear my voice? I'm just being completely raw with y'all, okay? I'm trying to give you the benefit of the doubt for not knowing how to use your dick. For not knowing how to tame me and take control of me sexually. I was willing to put myself into a position to where I have to kind of take control sexually. And probably even emotionally too, because if you're not sexually advanced with women, that means you're not emotionally advanced with women either. You've only had one relationship. I'm fine with the fact that you're pure, but I'm not fine with the fact that you're scary as the fuck. And to y'all, again, I've come from a background where I was a whole stripper, and I'm a very sexually dominant person. I love sex. I love to love. I love to love sex. I love the grind, the kissing, the sensuality of it all, the touches, the subtle, the just everything about it. And you can't give that to me, sir. And I was okay with that. I'm like, that'll come naturally. I ain't worried about that right now. How's your heart?
It's not that I don't want you here. The Army